Glass-to-steel fusion technology has been developing for over half a century. This has led to the distinctive Permastore bolted tanks and silos, which are used throughout the world. From north of the Arctic Circle to Australasia, coping with all the climatic variations imaginable.
Good morning, Permastore. Just a moment, please. I'll just put you through to production.
Permastore operates from the United Kingdom, where all design, glass-fused to steel production, fabrication and shipping is carried out at our 13-acre facility at Eye in Suffolk, producing in excess of 800 glass fused to steel sheets per day.
Morning.
Morning.
4 sheets altogether with fasteners and mastic.
And what's the diameter?
All industrial inquiries are received by our proposal engineers, who prepare a package designed to meet your requirements. Every specification takes into account local factors as necessary, such as seismic and other exceptional environmental conditions, which the client may specify. Every non-standard and complex specification is trial-built prior to manufacture. The high-strength, low-alloy sheets are produced under contract to specific tolerances of sheet size and thickness by international steel mills. Upon delivery at Permastore, they are stored in a controlled environment prior to manufacture. All Permastore tank and silo sheets, as well as specially shaped sheets such as cone plates and roof panels, are prepared on sophisticated CNC plasma cutting and punching machines, interlinked on CAD and CAM programs prepared by engineers. Before the sheet can be coated, it must be cleaned, starting with one of the most important pieces of equipment in the whole process: the grit blaster. This machine fires some 3.5 tons of angular steel grit per minute to produce a high-quality roughened key surface. There is a second blast machine and a grit blast chamber for fabricated components. The sheet rolling machine rolls the steel to the predetermined diameter for the specific tank or silo. Once the sheet is lifted to the overhead conveyor, it starts on a continuous coating process, with the first stage being sheet cleansing. This includes cold water jet rinse, hot water wash with alkali detergent, and then a hot rinse. The sheets are now flash dried, ready to accept the all-important pre-coat, which is a thin film of nickel-rich oxides and other chemicals, developed to create an enhanced fusion of glass to steel. This enables Permastore to use high-strength alloy steel in its structure design. All the ingredients are fed from overhead electronic weighing machines into a series of mills, which contain hundreds of porcelain balls, together with water, and ground for 5 hours. The material is then pumped from the mill and filtered through magnetic sieves, tested, and the results are logged before being released to production. The glass slip, which contains no organic solvents, is fed to the automatic guns applying the coating in a series of cabinets as the sheets travel through on the overhead conveyor system. The pre-coat provides a barrier against any residual hydrogen in the steel and enhances the adhesion of glass to steel. Additional coating regimes are applied to meet the specific requirement of the various agricultural and industrial finishes, all of which are environmentally friendly. After spraying, the sheets are dried to a bisque state with a controlled coating thickness. Sample sheets are checked 5 times to ensure continuity of the coating. Sheets are now transferred from the continuous coating process to the firing line. The fusion process is carried out in a tunnel furnace nearly 100 meters long and divided into 5 temperature zones, ranging between 700 and 860 degrees Celsius. The glass coating melts, fusing with the steel and forming a permanent and powerful bond. The smooth surface is resistant to most chemicals and tough enough to withstand abrasions and extremes of temperature. When the sheets emerge from the furnace, they undergo a rigorous test procedure. Both low and high voltage testing is carried out, dependent on end use, to ensure a discontinuity-free finish. This is the final of some 16 quality checks carried out during the manufacturing process. But quality doesn't stop here. Offline testing is carried out on raw material, either on our own equipment or under supervision at the University of Cambridge Department of Engineering. A strength test of bolted joints are electronically data logged and video recorded. The fused sheet is impact tested to 20 Newton force. The thickness of coating is checked, as well as resistance to acid and alkali. The combination of steel strength and glass fusion give the flexibility unique to glass fused to steel products. The coated steel is now transferred to the packaging and dispatch department, and to this is added the fabrication items, including some specialist components such as slurry valves and agitators, particularly for the agricultural industry.
I've got an order here. I'm just in the packing list for it.
The packing instructions are sent from production control, and every order is packed in an individual unit to enable assembly on site to take place with maximum efficiency.
There's 8 pallets, 3 boxes and 3 angle bundles.
Permastore has its own shipping department, so all orders are dispatched to international requirements, some involving both sea freight and long overland hauls. Total control by one company. Glass fused to steel tanks and silos are meeting the needs of customers across the world. On farms, glass fused to steel has been used in the harsh conditions of forage and grain silos for more than 40 years. It has been dependably containing animal slurry effluent and protecting the environment. For even the more demanding environments of industrial and municipal applications, Permastore has developed a range of specialist glass finishes. Potable, irrigation and wastewater, isofusion. For more demanding industrial pollutants, Trifusion and Trifusion Plus. By combining the protective qualities of high silica glass, the most inert coating material available, with the structural strength of high-grade steel, an extremely durable finish is produced. The result is an extraordinary protective finish to the steel. Very tough, colour-fast, glossy, easy to clean and environmentally sound. Permastore is the specialist tank and silo company dedicated to manufacturing glass to steel vessels for wet and dry materials. These are proved to be the most economically reliable solutions to environmental and conservation demands around the world.